You know the feeling. The constant buzz of notifications, the to-do list that never ends, and the mental chatter that leaves you feeling totally drained. You're stuck in the chaos of modern life, always putting out fires instead of building something that actually matters. Your day feels like a whirlwind of reactions, not deliberate choices. You're busy, sure, but are you getting anything done? You're more connected than ever, but do you feel a real sense of purpose? What if there was a better way? What if you had a timeless operating system for your mind, a framework used by emperors, artists, and leaders to build empires, create masterpieces, and find unshakable inner peace? This isn't some new productivity hack. It's an ancient, battle-tested philosophy designed for real life. The Stoics knew the secret to mastering their inner world so they could achieve success in the outer world. They built a fortress inside their minds that no amount of chaos could touch. Stick around, and I'll share 8 of their most powerful practices that will transform your daily life, get your focus back, and put you in the driver's seat. The Stoics believed that how you start your day sets the tone for everything else. Your morning isn't for reacting to what the world throws at you, it's for preparing your mind to meet those challenges with strength and clarity. These first 2 practices are your blueprint for doing just that. Practice 1. Wake early and amp. Journal with intention. Even the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, arguably the most powerful man of his time, had to give himself a pep talk to get out of bed. He wrote, "When you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of, if I'm going to do what I was born for?" The Stoics didn't see rising early as a punishment, but as a chance to own the day before it owns you. This has nothing to do with hustle culture, it's about carving out a moment of quiet for yourself. When you wake up, before the digital noise floods in, just take 5 minutes to journal. This isn't a diary, it's a tool for mental clarity. Write down 3 simple things. First, 3 things you're grateful for. This grounds you in the present and shifts your mind from what you're missing to what you have. Second, 1 thing you can improve on from yesterday. This isn't about beating yourself up, it's about small, daily progress. And finally, set a single intention for the day. This could be a quality you want to embody, like patience, or a specific focus, like, I will only work on what is essential. This simple act of journaling puts 2 key Stoic virtues into practice: temperance, by overcoming the desire for comfort, and wisdom, by reflecting on your actions and setting a clear path forward. It's your first win of the day. Practice 2. Set a clear purpose for your day. The port analogy. The philosopher Seneca once wrote that if a person doesn't know which port they're sailing to, no wind is favorable. Without a clear destination, you're just adrift, tossed around by other people's priorities and random distractions. So, after you journal, take 1 more minute. Define your port for the day. This isn't a massive to-do list. It's about defining your main objective. What is the single most important thing you need to accomplish today? This is your 1 hard thing, and we'll come back to it. By setting a clear purpose, you're applying wisdom to your day. You're no longer just trying to get through it, you're moving with intention. You now have a filter for every request, meeting, and task. Does this move me closer to my port? This simple shift turns you from a reactive person into a proactive one, steering your own ship instead of getting knocked around by the waves. The workday is the modern battlefield. It's where our focus gets attacked, our patience gets tested, and our resolve is put to the test. These next 3 practices are your arsenal for not just surviving the day, but conquering it. Practice 3. Do the hardest thing first. Marcus Aurelius advised himself to concentrate every minute like a Roman on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. For the Stoics, duty and action were everything. They understood that procrastination isn't just laziness, it's a form of fear. We avoid the hard task because we're afraid of failure, discomfort, or the effort it demands. This practice is simple, but it's not easy. Do your one hard thing first. Before you check your email, before you scroll social media, before you get sucked into trivial tasks, give your freshest energy to the most important thing you identified this morning. Tackling your biggest challenge first is a direct application of the virtue of courage. It's a vote of confidence in yourself. You're proving to your mind that you can handle difficulty. This creates a powerful momentum that carries you through the rest of your day. Even if you accomplish nothing else, you've already scored a major victory. This one habit can be the difference between a day of frustrating busywork and a day of meaningful achievement. If there is one life-changing idea at the heart of Stoicism, it's this. The philosopher Epictetus, who was born into slavery and later became a famous teacher, put it plainly: some things are in our control and others not. What's in our control? Our opinions, our intentions, and our actions. What's out of our control? Pretty much everything else: what other people think, traffic, the economy, and the final outcome of our efforts. The Stoics argued that almost all of our suffering comes from mixing these two up. We get anxious trying to control things we can't, and we feel helpless when we forget to focus on what we can. Throughout your day, use this as a mental filter. When you hit an obstacle, a difficult client, a project delay, a critical comment, ask yourself Epictetus's question: is this within my control? If the answer is no, your job is to practice acceptance. You can't control the event, but you can control your response to it. If the answer is yes, then your job is to act. This practice builds both wisdom, to see the world clearly, and temperance, to manage your emotional reactions. It's a superpower for the modern professional, allowing you to pour your energy into productive action instead of wasting it on useless worry. Practice 5. Practice negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. This might sound like a downer, but it's one of the most powerful Stoic tools for building resilience. The practice, called premeditatio malorum or the premeditation of evils, involves calmly and briefly imagining things going wrong. Seneca wrote that a blow is gentle when it comes, if it has been thought about beforehand. Before a big presentation, you might visualize a tough question from the audience. Before a difficult conversation, imagine it not going as planned. The point isn't to create anxiety, but to rob surprise of its power. By doing this, you accomplish two things. First, you often realize that the worst-case scenario is actually survivable. You can handle it. Second, it lets you start planning. What would you do if that tough question came up? How would you react if the conversation went sideways? You turn fear into preparation. This is a profound exercise in courage. It's not about denying that bad things can happen. It's about rehearsing your ability to meet them with calm and strength. Success isn't just about what you do, it's about what you learn. The day isn't really over until you've reflected on it. These final 3 practices close out the day, turning your experiences into wisdom for tomorrow. Practice 6. Conduct an evening review. Seneca described his own nightly habit: when the light has been removed, I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by. This is your daily moral inventory. Before you go to sleep, take another 5 minutes. Shut off the screens and ask yourself 3 simple questions. What did I do well today? Acknowledge your wins, no matter how small. What did I do poorly? Be honest but not harsh. Where did you lose your cool? Where did you stray from your values? What can I do differently tomorrow? Identify one concrete action for improvement. This practice is the engine of self-improvement. It cultivates wisdom by making sure you learn from both your victories and defeats. You end the day not with regret, but with clarity and a plan for tomorrow, ensuring that each day makes you a little better than the one before. Practice 7. Practice gratitude and amp. Remember mortality, memento mori. As you finish your review, bring your focus back to gratitude. The Stoics were deeply aware that life is short. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself, you could leave life right now. This concept, memento mori, remember you must die, wasn't meant to be depressing. It was designed to create urgency and appreciation. When you remember that your time is finite, you're less likely to waste it on petty things. You're more likely to appreciate the people in your life and the simple gifts of the present moment. It puts everything in perspective. That argument with a coworker. The missed deadline. In the grand scheme of things, how much does it really matter? This practice fosters both temperance, by curbing your desire for more and appreciating what you have, and justice, by reminding you of your shared humanity and encouraging you to treat others with kindness, knowing their time is limited, too. Practice 8. Amor fati, love your fati. This final practice ties everything together. It's a mindset of amor fati, a love of fate. It's the idea of not just accepting what happens, but embracing it as if you chose it. It means seeing every single event, good or bad, pleasant or painful, as an opportunity. If you succeed, it's an opportunity to practice gratitude. If you fail, it's an opportunity to practice resilience and learn. If someone treats you unfairly, it's an opportunity to practice forgiveness. If you face a hardship, it's an opportunity to practice courage. This isn't passive resignation, it's an active, powerful choice to find meaning in whatever happens. You stop wishing for a different past or a smoother road. Instead, you focus all your energy on making the absolute best of the path you're on. You start to see challenges not as roadblocks to your life, but as the very material of your life, the raw substance from which you can forge character, wisdom, and strength. These 8 practices aren't a rigid set of rules. Think of them as a flexible framework, that operating system for your mind that you can install one habit at a time. It costs nothing but a few minutes of your day, but the payoff is immeasurable: focus, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. You don't need to be an emperor or a philosopher to use these tools. You just need the desire to shift from a life of frantic reaction to one of intentional action. The chaos of the world isn't going away, but your ability to navigate it with calm and purpose can be limitless. True success is an inside job, built day by day, action by action. If these ancient ideas resonate with you, and you want to keep exploring how philosophy can change your life, consider subscribing for more. Start with just one of these practices tomorrow morning, and begin building your own inner fortress.